Hi, I'm Simon, as you probably know by now, and I want to make a really quick tip here about how to make bullet points less rubbish. They are never going to be good, but let's make them less rubbish. This is your kind of standard bullet point slide, and there are lots of problems with it. Firstly, it's boring, it's not interesting, but more important than that, what happens is when you show this bullet point, the audience go chuk, and they read down the slides very quickly, and they get to the bottom of the bullet points well before you do, which means that firstly they're bored waiting for you to catch up, and secondly they haven't taken anything in because they've gone through everything so very quickly. A better way of doing it, still bad but better, is to bring in the bullet points one at a time. So you bring in the point, you talk about it, you bring in another point, you talk about it, you bring in another point, you talk about it, and so on. Because what that does is give you more control about the speed at which the audience receives information. Remember, it's not about how quickly you can deliver it, it's about how quickly your audiences can understand it. So let's try applying that same principle, that same idea to graphics. It doesn't have to be just bullet points. So what we've got here is a really famous graphic about Napoleon's advance to Moscow and retreat from Moscow, and the number of troops he has is indicated by the thickness of the lines. The gold grey line at the top, that's how many troops he has as he advances, and the thinner black line is how many troops he has as he retreats. And when I show this slide to people, they often kind of freak out because there's too much information too quickly. But what happens if, instead of just throwing everything at people, I give them this kind of background map, and then you zoom in once they've got their idea of where they are supposed to be, and remember there's Moscow there on the right of the screen, and then because we don't need that anymore, let's just fade that, it's just now reference, but now we bring in the information about the advance upon Moscow, and then we bring in the retreat information. You see what I'm doing? I'm bringing in one step at a time. And obviously if I was doing this properly, I wouldn't have brought in the black until we'd discussed the grey gold colour. Now, I'm not suggesting this is a really high quality slide because I literally just knocked it up in about 2, maybe 3 minutes, but you get the idea. It's not about how quickly you can deliver material. It is all about how quickly audiences can absorb material.